Hey guys, it's Jake and welcome to day 5 of learning to program in Ruby. Today we're going to be learning the dot split method. So go ahead and open your Ruby editor, and the first thing I want you to create is a variable. So let's make our variable rock bottom equals Mary Kate Olsen Lindsay Lohan, and Charlie Sheen. Go ahead to the next line. Then we're going to put the variable rock bottom. We're going to end it and save it. Save it as tiger underscore blood. And open your command prompt with Ruby. Pull in tiger's blood. So we have Mary Kate Olsen, Lindsay Lohan, and Charlie Sheen. Now, if we know anything about these celebrities, we know that they like to have their own lines, and they like to have as many lines as possible. So let's make each one of them have a line for each name. Instead of being all on the same line, we'll minimize that. And we're going to do dot split. And then save. So we've done dot split right after the puts rock bottom. And re-pull that back in. And hit enter. So now Mary Kate has 3 lines, Lindsay Lohan has 2, and Charlie Sheen has 2 lines to himself as well. So what dot split does is it just creates a new line for each every space it is going to put a new line, create a new line. Now that's because we didn't target anything, and we can actually target specific elements within here. So let's do a date real quick. So we're going to create a variable called date, and on this one I want you to pay close attention because I'm going to make a mistake, and I want you to see if you can catch it before we actually pull it into the Ruby command prompt. So let's create our variable called date, and we're going to make the date 11/17/2013, and then we're going to do puts variable date dot split, and then we want to target these forward slashes because we want each part of the date to be on its own line. So what we're going to do is parentheses quote /, and that targets. Now I have already put in the error, and so if you can catch it, good, then you've been paying attention. So let's go ahead and save it, then pull up the start command prompt with Ruby and pull it in and hit enter. So let's see if we can find out what we did wrong here. It's given us a feedback that says undefined method date for main. So we need to come back here and figure out what is not being defined. So we have puts date, and it is telling us that date is not defined yet. And if we come up here, we see that the date is actually not set to the 11/17/2013 because we forgot the equals symbol. So just put that there, then resave it, and pull it in. And hit enter. And now we have it. 11/17/2013. We've targeted each one of these. And we can actually just target an individual. So we could do puts date, and we talked about this in the previous lesson. Do your square brackets and then put in 2. Hit save. Pull it in. Hit enter. 11/17/2013, and then we had it put the second character, or the second character listed, but because we start at 0, it goes 0, 1, 2. So the 2 is, the second one is the /. And what if we wanted to target multiple items? So if we wanted to target the month and the day, but not the year, we would do puts date, square brackets, and 0.4. And so that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it'll include. So we hit save, pull it back in, and it gives us 11/17. There's actually another way to write this though, and that is to do puts date, square bracket, 0, 3 dots, and 5. And what that does is it does everything up to the 5th character, but it doesn't include the 5th character. Now here it does include the 4th character because we've typed that in. But if we were to change that to a 5, then hit save and pull that in, hit enter. On this first one, it does include the 5th character, and on the second one, it doesn't include the 5th character. So those are two differences there. 3 dots versus 2 dots. In the next episode, we're going to be going over a new element type, and it's called an array. An array is like a string, except it holds multiple strings within it, so multiple objects. Type array underscore families equal square brackets, quotations, Brady, outside of the quotation put a comma, space, quotation, Partridge, again, comma, outside of the quotations, new quotation, Bundy. If you don't know who Bundy is, Bundy, I probably should have chose Cosby, but I like Married with Children, so I chose Bundy. Bundy is just the last name of the family from Married with Children. Type puts below that array underscore families, file, or just save it, open the command prompt with Ruby and pull in Tiger's Blood and hit enter. Alright, you can see that it gave us all the original stuff we put in, but now it's doing the, show that a little bit better. The array families equal Brady, Partridge, and Bundy. We had it puts array families, and it's put each one of these equally, so it's treated each one of these like a new element, and so it put each one on its own line. Hope that makes sense. We're going to go over it in way more detail in the next episode. I don't want to cover too much because we've already covered a lot in this episode, but you will learn more about that, so go ahead and click the next episode, and we'll see you there. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Oh, look, you're still here. Well, I guess I can give a recommendation for this week. Check out the Ruby Rogues podcast. I've been listening to these guys for a long time, and they've got awesome advice here's the website. I'll put a link to the website down below in the description. I just think these guys are great. They talk about more advanced stuff and the industry, but really, honestly, you need to be immersing yourself in the community. And just hearing, there's a lot of terms that they'll say that you won't know about, but you'll just keep hearing those terms over and over again, and then eventually when you come up to that vocabulary, it's going to stick with you a lot easier. They also have picks, and they choose kind of what their favorite things are for the week, and they have all the episodes right here on their website, so it's great. You can start from the very beginning and you can go all the way through. That's my recommendation for the week.